Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 8-woman tag team Santa's Workshop Knockout Street Fight. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first from Memphis, Tennessee, Sojourner Bolt. Her tag team partners first from the Isle of Man, Raka Khan. From Syria, Raisha Saeed. And standing 61 inches tall, weighing 272 3/8 pounds, she is a TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Awesome Kong!
Well, we mentioned it during the on-camera, promoting the Genesis pay-per-view. We're gonna hit it one more time. The dominant force in the TNA Knockout division, Awesome Kong, set to put that championship belt back on the line at Genesis in Charlotte, North Carolina. Christy Hemme gets another chance. And after what happened in Final Resolution, Christy Hemme deserves it.
Your opponents first from Los Angeles, California, Christy Hemme!
The months of training with the phenomenal AJ Styles have really paid off for Christy Hemme. Her in-ring abilities, Don, really been ratcheted up several notches. She proved a lot to us at Final Resolution. One thing I'll tell you, she is not short on guts, not short on courage. She's not afraid of Awesome Kong.
From New Orleans, Louisiana, the Hardcore Knockout, Roxy!
One thing about it, at least Christy Hemme and Roxy are feeling the festivity of the Christmas scene today. But I'll tell you, this is going to be a war. Don't think it isn't. You've got 4 on one side and 4 on the other that all hate each other. And I'm going to tell you, if a Santa's Workshop Knockout Street Fight can get bloody, this one might happen.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada,
former knockout champion Taylor Wilde on her way to the ring. You talked about the long-term history, the bad blood between these two teams. It's about ready to come to a head here on Christmas night, here on Impact.
And finally from Minneapolis, Minnesota,
pretty obvious, the TNA Knockouts, they're in the spirit, the Christmas spirit, and I think ODB is hitting the spirits.
ODB gives all those drinking Santas a bad day. I'll tell you what, though, I don't even have a comment for the hat.
When we return, it is the Santa's Workshop Knockout Street Fight.
Rated T14.
A TNA game? You want some of this? Bring it.
All the moves, all the wrestlers, all the action that only TNA iMPACT can provide.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
TNA iMPACT, as seen on Spike. Wrestling so real, you feel pain.
And we are back on Impact. You hear the opening bell for the Santa's Workshop Knockout Street Fight 2.
So far, between us and the ring announcer, we've said that 5 or 6 times. I don't think we've messed it up yet.
Covering some ground. You know that in a knockout street fight, pretty much no rules. Anything goes, everything goes. We're going to turn it loose on Christmas night.
Well, you can't have rules in a Santa's Workshop Knockout Street Fight. It just can't be done. I mean, where would you start putting rules in? in that situation. But I will say this, as Taylor Wilde and Rachel Saeed, you know, we're having a little fun with it, but there's nothing funny about it going on for these gals. I mean, there really is that feud and that hatred. But speaking of hatred, still coming up tonight, it's going to be Rhino one-on-one against Kurt Angle. And think about this. Sting's coming down with Kurt Angle, and in the corner of the War Machine is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. We've already heard what Kurt Angle said he's going to do to Jeff Jarrett if he comes out. I mean, I can hardly wait for it, I'll be honest with you. The anticipation level is just off the charts.
Power game from Roxy evident there. Takes Raisha Saeed, drives her right down to the canvas. When Saeed gets up, she takes the shortcut, raking the eyes of Roxy, and here comes the tag. Sojourner Bolt just gets hip tossed over that time. And now Roxy going to take Sojourner and position her over to their side of the ring.
I'll tell you what, Roxy almost heard her coming instead of saw her coming and just made an instinctive move. And that was incredible. As now ODB coming in as Sojourner Bolt. She got tagged in and she's been in trouble ever since.
Big scoop and a slam, and as soon as she gets up, ODB gonna work on the arm. Don, the crowd here in attendance tonight in Orlando, Florida, spending Christmas with us at Universal Studios. They're having a great time, and ladies and gentlemen, if you have the opportunity, you've got to be a part of this great crowd.
It's so easy to get here. It's unbelievable. It's at Universal Studios here in Orlando. Go to TNAWrestling.com. Find out how you can be a part of it. I mean, it's just fantastic with everything going on right now. And now Mick Foley getting himself back in the game. I mean, golly, TNA on fire.
Awesome Kong trying to overpower Christy Hemme with the nerve hold. But boy, they're going down like bowling pins here at the hands of the TNA Knockout Champion. Took out all three of Christy Hemme's partners.
I'll tell you what, though, look at Christy Hemme just bringing the drop kicks one after another and then jumps right on the back of the Knockout Champion and got that arm around her neck and trying to put like a sleeper hold on her and just trying to do anything she can to bring her down to her knees, and it's working. She's taking that air out of Awesome Kong, but look at there. There's Rocket. Well, it's just broken down now.
Here come the troops in to save Awesome Kong, and boy, you're right, it's totally broken down. All 8 knockouts involved, and Rudy Charles just throwing up his hands.
Well, you know, like we said, there's really no rules. Rudy's just got to be there to make sure fans don't get hurt, pretty much, if this thing spills out into the crowd. I mean, it's on between all 8 of these gals.
It's Awesome Kong and Christy Hemme outside of the ring, and Kong takes Hemme, took her by the back of the head, by the hair, and drove her face first right into the side of the ring in the apron. She's choking the life out of her outside, while Raisha Saeed and Taylor Wilde, they're battling inside the ring.
Well, I saw Roxy have an unbelievable shot on Rocket Khan, and oh man, Christy Hemme caught the guardrail, and Taylor Wilde is just going to town on Raisha Saeed. Nice drop kick in the ring. Oh, man, just sent Raisha Saeed through the ropes.
Taylor Wilde sets up. Raisha Saeed trying to get back up to her feet. Here comes Taylor with a big forearm shot, and she goes right down into the other knockout.
I'll tell you what, you know what she was going to do? Drop kick her or what? She has decided to go straight power game and just brought the forearm, and now Taylor Wilde feeding off of the crowd, cheering her on. She goes up top, and look at that! Talk about a cross body block. She just took out Santa's workshop.
Taylor Wilde flies, and you can see the bodies laid out all over the impact zone. Don at Genesis, when Christy Hemme gets another shot at Awesome Kong, we're going to have 6 TNA knockouts stationed around the ring. It's going to be a lumberjack, maybe a lumberjill match at Genesis.
Well, they're going to see to it that these two settled in the ring after what happened the last time. Oh, look at this! Kong caught Hemme, but Taylor Wilde drop kicks her right on top of Kong, and Hemme almost got the pin. And then another drop kick by Taylor Wilde. I mean, you got to like that teamwork, and that's where you go after. You send them after Kong. I mean, let's face it, that's the Goliath in this bunch. You got to take her out.
Taylor Wilde, Christy Hemme, watch the teamwork here, but then from outside, it's Raisha Saeed getting involved, and now Taylor Wilde and Awesome Kong on the far side.
Well, Taylor Wilde doesn't have Christy Hemme to back her up, and Rocket Khan goes right after her. And when we talked about Awesome Kong being 6'1", I mean, look at those long legs as Rocket Khan stands about 6'3".
Big vicious kick takes down Taylor Wilde. You see Christy Hemme getting the life, getting the wind, the air choked out of her by Raisha Saeed. Kick back in the ring. This roll through by Taylor. Rocket Khan's down for 3.
Here are your winners from CODB, Christy Hemme, and Taylor Wilde.
Taylor Wilde, great move there. She caught Raka Khan by surprise. Raka Khan wasn't expecting it, and Taylor Wilde gets the win.
Big post-match celebration in the Santa's Workshop knockout street fight. Keep it in mind, Christy Hemme motioning to Awesome Kong the January the 11th, 2009 at Genesis. Lumberjack rules to apply when Christy Hemme gets another shot at Awesome Kong's title.